There we go. Almost went straight past it. Does he need... Yeah, why not? Have some heals. Anyway, let's... Oh, there's something over here. May as well get it. Are you searching for a moonstone? How funny would it be if the item on the floor was the moonstone? I don't think it is, but it'd be quite funny. No, it's an iron. Wow, that actually was nothing like what I expected. I expected a TM or something. I'm actually kind of disappointed about that. So, yeah, back onto the rods sort of talk. I honestly have no idea where to get the good rod then. I mean, we got the old rod in Vermilion City, and we've just got the super rod from some random dude. I don't know what we can catch in that patch of grass. So, in that case, I'm completely lost for where to get the good rod. I mean, it must have been somewhere we've passed, otherwise it'd be a bit pointless, because they'd be giving out the good rod after the super rod. No? I don't know. Maybe I'll have to look it up later, along with where you can catch tentacles. Yeah, just to reiterate my plans for the team, I'm going for a full poison team. I've already got 3 poison types, Venusaur being grass poison, sorry for the voice break, Venusaur being grass poison, Golbat being poison flying, and Queen being poison, pure poison at the moment, but obviously Nidoqueen will become poison ground when it evolves. So then I'm going to add on to that team well, hopefully I'm going to add on a Tentacle, or Tentacruel, which is poison water, hopefully a Venomoth, which is bug poison, because I really like Venomoth. It's such a cool Pokemon. And as my final Pokemon, I was thinking probably Coughing, because I just love Coughing so much. Like, I never really used to like it so much in the original games when I first played, especially in the anime, because Coughing was the bad guy Pokemon. You know, you couldn't support Team Rocket or anything. That was the no-no sort of thing to do. But when I played through a Pokemon hack where the starter Pokemon I was given, I had the choice of Ekans, Coughing, or Meowth. It was a Team Rocket hack, if you couldn't tell. And, well, out of those, I thought Coughing would suck the least. So I chose Coughing, because I really didn't want Meowth or Ekans. And as it turns out, Coughing is actually quite strong. I mean, for the first 20 or so levels, oh, it might even mean 30 levels in the hack I played. I mean, for the first few levels or so, Coughing is really bad, because all he has is Tackle and Smog, neither of which do any damage. Smog has a miss chance. He's just generally not a very fun Pokemon to use, because he can't do any damage, and as tanky as he is, not as tanky as he is, but as tanky as Coughing is, he can't out-tank compared to the amount. He can't out-tank enemies considering the amount of damage he does in return, which is negligible. It's terrible. Barely any damage. So yeah, I wasn't too thrilled with Coughing to start off with, but then I think it was when he learned Sludge, suddenly he would just one-hit things, and honestly, I was so taken aback by this. It was a real surprise. Yeah, it was a real game changer. Just suddenly having coughing actually being powerful. And of course, well, that's when I decided I actually wanted to use coughing. But after that, I found out that he can learn some really ridiculous moves. Like, he doesn't have a terrible special stat. I didn't even know that was there. It was just... I mean, look at this. It's kind of obvious, isn't it not? But yeah, coughing actually has a pretty decent special stat, by which I mean special attack, which is the stat obviously used to calculate special moves damage. And yeah, coughing has a pretty decent special attack. So, you know, if you teach him special moves like fire moves and ice moves and electric moves, he actually does a reasonable amount of damage. But of course, that doesn't sound all that useful because coughing can't learn those kind of moves, right? Wrong. I mentioned it plenty of times before, I'm sure. Coughing can learn Flamethrower and Thunderbolt through TM. How awesome is that? You just send out a coughing, nobody expects it, just suddenly Flamethrower in your face. That's so awesome. At least to me. Just imagining these big balls of gas and just suddenly fire jets out of them. I mean, I can't say I like Coughing's or Wheezing's design particularly much. I mean, he is just a big ball filled with gas. That's it. I mean, there's plenty of other Pokemon with less interesting designs. Like, I mean, you've got Grimer, which is just a pile of grime. It's basically the equivalent of your average RPG enemy. The slime. Like in most RPG games, there will be that one enemy, that one random accountant enemy, that is just a slime. And apparently that's dangerous for reasons not even explained. And Grimer is literally that. It's just a pile of polluted slime. Yeah. I've seen plenty of people do sort of rants on Pokemon designs. Like, there's one YouTuber I follow who does sort of top 5 lists, and one of the ones I think he's done is a top 5 stupidest designs or something along those lines. And honestly, I wouldn't mind doing something like that myself, because there are some really hilariously bad designs in Pokemon. It'd be quite funny to just make fun of them. I thought we swapped Batman up first. Or was that just in the battle? I have to watch this back. Oh man. I always liked Pharaoh until I tried using it. That's all I can say. Just never use a Pharaoh. Never ever use a Pharaoh. I don't like Pidgeotto's design. Oh gosh, I'm hiccuping, sorry. That's terrible. Terrible professionalism. Whatever. But yeah, I don't like Pidgeotto. Pidgeot's even. I don't like its design. And I just generally don't really like normal flying Pokemon. Like, there are so many cooler normal types. And, well, I just feel like if I have a flying type in my team, I'd want him to be more interesting than just normal flying. Because there's so many normal flying types, like there's Farfetch'd and Spearow and Pidgey and Doduo and Hoot Hoot and Taylor, and the list goes on and on and on. It just gets boring. But yeah, so that's why I don't like Pidgeot even. But I did like Sphero's design, so I tried using it. Because, especially when I was playing through the Generation 1 games, the Pokemon Red and Blue, I would keep playing them over and over again. So, obviously, every time I played through, I would try and use slightly different Pokemon. Because it's no fun to just play through the exact same game with the exact same Pokemon all over again. And so I'd keep using different Pokemon with every playthrough. So I've tried using Pidgeotto and Pidgeot, and I've tried using Doduo and Dodrio, and well, I don't think I've ever tried using Farfetch'd simply because Farfetch'd is awful. But yeah, I tried using Fearow. I think that was the first sort of playthroughs really. Or, well, not first. I guess it was sort of like when I started getting back into Pokemon as I got older. Because I sort well, basically, I moved on to the DS rather than on playing games on my Game Boy. And I never liked Pokemon Diamond, Pearl and Platinum. And I only barely like Pokemon White and Black. In fact, I only recently got Pokemon White and Black. I think it was only last year or something, even though they've been out for 4 or 5 years or something. So yeah, I didn't... Oh! I thought he couldn't evolve. Wow. Oh, he can't. Well, I guess that means he's got maximum happiness, but he can't evolve. Well, that's awesome. Let's switch Queen up first and use a Paralyze Heal. Golbat really doesn't need any more XP. Where's the Paralyze Heals? Train of Thought, resume. I was talking about Pokemon Black and White. Yeah, so I was moving on to the Nintendo DS, and obviously I couldn't really play Pokemon all that much anymore. I definitely couldn't play the Game Boy Color games, because the DS never supported those. I could play the advanced games, but somehow, honestly, to this day, I have no idea how. Every Pokemon game I have ever owned has, after a while, just completely vanished. It happened with my Pokemon Blue game. I don't think it's happened with my Pokemon Yellow game. I think for a while my Pokemon Gold was missing, but I did find it in the end. My Pokemon Ruby is lost to the ages. I've never found it again. Pokemon Fire Red, I believe I had, is gone. I've no idea where that is. No, I don't have my Pokemon Emerald, because my sister asked to borrow my Pokemon Emerald and hasn't yet given it back. So yeah, with my sort of Game Boy games, I have not had the best of luck keeping hold of my Pokemon games. Yeah. Which is why I couldn't play which is why I couldn't play Pokemon games, because I couldn't play the Game Boy games, the Game Boy Color games that I still owned, that I hadn't lost. I couldn't play the Game Boy Advance games that I'd lost or loaned to my sister, and I couldn't play the Pokemon DS games, which I didn't own, because I hadn't bought them, I didn't have the money. I was old enough that I was expected to buy things for myself at that point. Couldn't keep relying on parents. But of course, I didn't have the money to buy expensive Pokemon games. So yeah, getting back to the point, I went through quite a fairly long period where I guess I just wasn't that into Pokemon. I didn't really play it's at all... I think I tried out some of the Pokemon Online stuff, like, you know, those rubbish little, like, Pokemon Creator and Pokemon... I don't even know any of the other ones. I've forgotten everything about them, really. I just remember they were a big thing, like sort of Pokemon massively multiplayer online RPGs that were completely browser-based, and so hence they were kind of crappy. Man, this is getting to be quite a long episode. I'd wanted to get to Fuchsia City before finishing up. Yeah, I tried that out, but other than that, I didn't really do anything Pokemon related for a long time. And so what brought me back into Pokemon was when I first I appear to have dubbed with the speech. Sorry, give me a moment to collect my thoughts. That's not too much. No. Stop hitting Batman. It's rude, don't you know? Oh, come on. Right, yes. Yeah, it was when I got a flash card for my DS that I got back into Pokemon. Because, well, basically, flash card is a sort of DS kind of cartridge that's not officially made. It's probably not so good to talk about it, but I will do anyway, because I don't care. But yes, unofficial DS cartridge, it can run sort of... Sorry for that cut, I got interrupted while recording. Some people don't know when to leave a person alone. Right, going back to my train of thought. Flash cartridge, DS unofficial cartridge. It had Levitate, really? Yeah, it can run homebrew, which is player-made games. Well, not player-made, but unofficial games that people, like random people, have just made. It can run not so nice stuff, like ROMs. I won't go into what ROMs are because they're technically illegal, but well, yeah, they're basically the games that have been sort of hacked off their cartridges. So basically, what you can do with the flash cartridge is you can play games without buying them. Basically, you can be a pirate, but I don't endorse that kind of thing. You know, buy games, support the developers and all that. Please don't sue me. But yeah, when I got my flash cartridge, I found out that somebody had made a emulator for the cartridge that ran Game Boy Color games. And so that was when I started getting back into Pokemon Red and Blue and Pokemon Gold and Silver. Because, well, they were the games I'd grown up with, so obviously nostalgia and all that. I just really enjoy those games, even now when I play through them. You know, they're just fun to play. And that was when I first started getting back into Pokemon. And that's why, by playing through this, I'm basing a lot of my knowledge on, well, the original Pokemon Red and Blue. And of course, you know, why I can talk about having used pretty much every Pokemon in Generation 1 at some point. Simply because I've played through it so many times. Fork over all my cash. No thanks, I have quite a lot. I'll just beat your team. Oh man, we're running out of bites. We're running out of PP on the moves. I suppose I haven't explained what PP is, have I? Man, it seems like with every episode, every 5 minutes even, I find something else that I haven't explained properly about the Pokemon games. And I guess it's a good thing, because it goes to show just how much there is to a Pokemon game. But yes, PP is sort of like the amount of points you can... the amount of times you can use a certain ability. Your PP is restored every time you heal in like a Pokemon Center or such. But yeah, if you run out of PP, your PP decreases by 1 every time you use a move. And if you run out of PP, you can't use that move anymore. So that's just an extra level of management, as well as making sure you're doing damage and not taking too much damage. You've also got to manage your PP. I mean, usually that's fairly easy, especially when you're playing against multiple players, because obviously, as I said before, you get healed after every battle, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, the only time you're going to have problems is if you're using a move that has only 5 PP and you use it on every Pokemon your opponent has. But yeah, in the main game, we've fought so many other trainers that we are actually starting to run out of PP on our moves, which is great. That's going to keep happening. I believe we need the National Dex to get him to evolve, and I don't remember how to get the National Dex. The National Pokedex, I should say. Man, this is why I don't like these routes. Well, this is part of the route. Go away, really? Man, just let me get to frickin' Fuchsia City. I want to end the episode. Damn it, guys. We don't have any PP on Leaf. Oh, that's annoying. Wing attack. We can get... No! Oh. There's so many trainers. What the... Well, this was a unexpected ending. Yeah, let's catch it. Come on, come on, get in the Pokeball. Yes! Oh man. I don't know what to call it. That's the end of this episode. Thanks for watching, guys. Leave a comment below if you can give me a nickname for Venonat. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next episode of whatever I make. Bye bye.